Well, congratulations once again for making it to the end of the first section. You've gone from not knowing how a website is put together at all to being able to put together pages containing forms, iframes, tables, images, HTML entities, and a lot more. So well done. We're going to put that into practice now by essentially creating a web page that contains everything that we've done so far. So I've got an example page that you can copy if you like, but really I want you to go crazy and create anything you like. It could be a homepage about your family, your favorite sport, whatever it might be. I'm sure it's going to be a lot more fun. You choose your topic. If you want a little bit of inspiration though, I'll show you what I'm going to be making. And I've got this over here, and you can actually get the code for it yourself in completewebdevelopercourse.com/2/htmlchallenge.html. So just stretching that out, you can see I've got a nice image here of the globe. I've got an unordered list, a link, and a table down there, ordered list, and then a very tiny bit of a form there just to include it, and also a YouTube video aligned to the right over there. So that uses pretty much everything we've covered so far. So what I'm going to do is challenge you to create something like this. You can create exactly this page if you like, or you can come up with your own design and content. Best of luck. When you have done it, it'd be great if you uploaded it to your FTP space and then shared a link so that I can take a look and congratulate you personally. Don't forget to use all the good HTML habits that you've learned so far. So that's nice indenting, spacing out your code, etc. I hope you enjoy this challenge. Go for it. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to close that down and start building our web page from scratch. So this is how I would have done it. Of course, as with any coding challenge, there are many ways to build a web page or solve a problem. You did it differently, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to start by going to example.com and just using example.com and just viewing the source as we did. So control clicking or right clicking, view page source. And then I'm just going to copy the whole of that source code and use that as my starting point. And that just makes sure that I get the doc type and everything else in there without having to type it myself. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be right. So don't be afraid to do that when you're building sites. Obviously, don't copy wholesale other sites, but free to use them as starting points so that you're not typing out the same code every time. Now I'm just going to get everything nicely indented. And there we go. So now we've got our basic bit of content. Mine, of course, is about the world we live in, or Earth. So I'll call it the good old Hello World. So we'll do a quick refresh. Yep, so we've got no content there at all, but we've got a title of Hello World. All right, so I'm going to start with a nice big header. So we'll use H1 and we'll have a nice big Hello World at the top. And you'll notice that as I go through the process of building the page, I'll refresh and just check that it looks okay a lot more than you might think. So even though we've just got a very basic bit of code there, it's always good to see that your new line of code hasn't broken anything or done anything unexpected. Okay, so now I'm going to pop in a subtitle, so H2, a few facts about the world we live in. No full stop, I think. There we go. Very nice. Now I want a nice picture of the Earth. So I'm going to go to Wikipedia and search for Earth, and there we go. Lovely big picture there. And as we've done before, I'm going to save the image as, and I'm going to save it in my HTML folder. I'll just call it Earth. There we go. So this is a JPEG rather than a PNG, so JPG is the extension. I'll remember that, but it should get auto-predicted by my text editor anyway. Okay, so let's pop in our image. Nice and simple. Image src for source, and earth.jpg gets predicted there. Brilliant. Let's have a look. There we go. Ooh, a little bit large, I think. So let's make it a little bit smaller. So we can adjust that with the width, as we saw in the image section, and I'll try a width of 100. See how that looks. Oh, a little bit small. Try maybe 400. Okay, that's about right. Of course, we're not necessarily looking for great style here, but it's not hugely big, but I can still see the detail of our planet there. All right, now I want to get a bit of information about the Earth. So I'm going to Google Earth facts. There we go. Oh, that first one, spacefacts.com. That looks great. Lovely. All right, so I'm just going to use this paragraph of content there. Now, this bit, of course, you wouldn't do for any live site that you are working with, but that's fine for a bit of practice. But definitely, if you're making a site that you're going to use publicly, then make your own content. Okay, let's have a look. Very nice. So now I want to have something with an unordered list. So this bit of information looks good. So I'm going to copy that. And if I keep the moon in there as well, then that will give me the opportunity to add a link. So I'll copy that over. Now this is a new section. So I'm going to separate it from everything else with a horizontal rule. There we go. And now I'll paste in my new data. And actually, just to keep things simple, I'll only have 3 of them. And I want an unordered list. So that's a UL. And each of these is going to be a list item. So let's pop that at the beginning and end of those and indent them so that the code looks really nice. Great, let's just check. There we go, I'm liking that. Now let's add in our link for the moon. Now it goes to that URL at the bottom of the screen there, spacefacts.com/themoon. So I'm going to copy the link address. So I control clicked or right click and copy that. And then to add an anchor or link, I use an A tag with an href of what I just copied. And then we'll have the text, the moon, and then we'll close the A tag. Let's have a look, see if that's worked. Looks good. Have a click. Brilliant. Links to the page about the moon. Fabulous. Now I'd like to have a bit of practice putting in an ordered list. So what I'll do is I'll copy the code for an unordered list and just change it to an ordered list. And to separate that out from the previous list, I'll add another horizontal rule. Now obviously we need some new bits of information there. So let's have a look. Facts about the Earth. Ah, fantastic. So let's make these. To make them numerical data, we'll have an H3, a little heading, saying top 3 facts about the Earth. There we go. And then I'm just going to copy these in. The Earth's rotation is apparently gradually slowing. Interesting stuff. The Earth was once believed to be the center of the universe. Have that as fact number 2. And the Earth has a powerful magnetic field. So we'll get rid of the link there because we don't need it anymore. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Fabulous. That looks great. I think now we need a